Hey y'all, welcome to day 29 of Let's See what the Holy Spirit has to say to me today. Y'all, we got one more day. Okay, I got this little sweatshirt off TikTok Shop. And I know I've been saying TikTok Shop a lot, y'all, but this has been sitting in my closet for quite some time. And I was like, what better day to bring it out than the day I'm doing a video for the Lord, you know? So, devil tempts, do not let him in. Eventually he will flee. I do recommend you all going to watch The Chosen. I do think that it's a lot of biblical knowledge and a lot of just compassion and just rawness, if you ask me. But Jesus was tempted. He went on his 40 days, and in that, the devil tried to promise him everything of the world, and Jesus did not give in to that temptation, and eventually the devil fled and went on probably terrorizing the next person that he could get to. And so with that, I felt that was powerful because I be getting tempted a lot. And at first I didn't understand. I'm like, why is all of this happening to me? Like, I'm trying to do right. Like, I'm done with sin. I'm done with this. I'm like, I'm on the straight path. And I didn't understand that spiritual warfare was like so persistent and just so much at the time. And so I'm over here like, I'm actually giving into it, like, okay, well, I'm this, I'm that, and just not fighting back. I didn't know what all of this meant. And it's so funny because it's like, when you're trying to do what's right, the devil tempts you the hardest. And my interpretation of that is he tempt you because he don't want you to stop being his play toy. And I was his play toy for a long time with a lot of sin, and not knowing the things that I know now. Make sure I stay in my word. I have to make sure I put on my armor. I have to make sure I fight biblically, because worldly, all of us can fight. You see what I'm saying? We can cuss, we can fuss, we can take it to hell, we can do all the things of the world. But it's a limitation, or it was a limitation for me, because I didn't know how to fight spiritually. And the devil, knowing that, he constantly tried to attack me, and I kept giving it to it like a little, little weasel, because I didn't know how to fight back spiritually. So now I'm getting into my word, I'm learning everything. I realized, like, when these things start to tempt me and try to come back into my life, I'm like, oh, okay, Jesus ain't sent you here, you a ploy, counterfeit, and so my sleep schedule has been off and just wonky and all of these things, but I have to constantly try to pray and pray over myself. Even before I get into bed, I have to pray over my home. I have to pray fervently every single day, and not just one time, like throughout the day, because I can pray in the morning time, and by noontime somebody can cut me off and now I'm mad, whatever the case may be. I have to pray throughout the day. I have to constantly seek his face throughout the day, each and every day, because if you allow yourself to flop for even an hour, and that's your weakest time, like a lot of times, people going through heartbreak and stuff, you want to be up all throughout the night. No, baby, you need to pray, go to sleep, and be ready for the Lord to wake you up tomorrow, if it's in his will. And if you allow something such as secular music or a TV show or something on TikTok that opens up that gateway and you give into it, he gonna ride you like a horse, And so I say all that to say that he's clever. The devil is clever. The devil tries to get you in any way, and if he can't get you, he try to send a counterfeit. And if that counterfeit don't work, he gonna just beat upside you. He gonna try his hardest to get you to stay in sin, and you have to constantly pray and fight and weed him off, because eventually he will get tired. That's just like what I said. You keep on knocking, eventually don't nobody come to the door, you gonna go on about your day, right? So he constantly tries to knock and find an open window or something to come into, to wreak havoc in your life. And you have to stay guarded up. You have to pray over yourself, pray over your family, pray over your home, pray over your car, pray over your feet, pray over your body. You have to pray over every single thing, because in a moment of weakness, the temptation will come in. And if you is weak and you're not, with your full armor on, or you're just not in your word, you don't have a relationship with Christ, you don't know how to fight back spiritually, he gonna tear you up. You have to constantly stay guarded. You have to constantly be alert. You have to constantly seek God's faith. You have to constantly be in prayer. You have to constantly do this thing each and every day. Get into your word and give yourself your daily bread, because he's scoring. What is it? The devil comes to kill and destroy. Yes, he comes to get you at your weakest moment. And You cannot let a moment of weakness, you cannot let old habits, old cycles, people from the past, TV shows, you have to constantly be guarded up and on alert, because he comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And if you are not ready, he gonna tear you up. The devil don't have no authority, because when the Lord comes back, his time is up, which is why he try to get as much people into damnation as he can, because that's where he going when the Lord comes back. So he gonna kill out, well, if y'all ain't saved, he gonna kill y'all down there with him, and y'all all gonna be getting tormented in a hell pit of fire. So he try to keep y'all into sin. He try to stay with temptation, stay dangling carrots up over people's heads, and it's up to you to constantly and fervently pray, seek the Lord, get into your word, and not give into temptation, and to flee away from sin. Because if not, you're going to continuously be in sin, which is the ongoing cycle that never stops. The devil wants you to go, so he's going to keep you in sin, which is why I constantly try to tell y'all, y'all got to flee away from sin. Y'all got to flee away from sin. It's hard, yes, but so is going to hell. And not having the eternity of the kingdom of heaven, which is abundant and just miraculous and all these things, you know, because up there is no sin. Okay. I think that pretty much said everything, because I went on a whole nother spiral. But all I was trying to say is you have to flee from the devil. You have to flee from temptation. You have to flee from lust. You have to flee from anything that's keeping you away from God. If it's anything that you're doing that is not bringing you closer to God, then you're being brought further apart from God. And you have to let that go. Like, you can't have no idols. You can't love something more than you love God. Pastor said we are in the land of the dying and going to the land of the living. If you are not going to the land of the living, then you're going to the land of hell, and you have to choose. I'm constantly telling y'all to choose. You have to make a choice, because yes, God gave us free will, which is why we do the things that we do. He's not going to force us, but he's always waiting for us. The moment we decide to no longer want to be stuck to sin or in temptation or lust or all of those crazy things, he's waiting for us, and we get to decide to stop that and to start living for him.